Okay, here's a past paper question on formulae or patterns. We have a metal fence for a garden that's made by joining iron bars as shown below. So here's one section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars for one section. It's an octagon. The table below has the number of sections and the number of iron bars that corresponds. So for one section we have 8 bars, one section 8 bars. For two sections we've got the original 8, then we've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we've got 15 here, so I'm just going to put that into the table. And then for the third section, it says we have 22. And we could go ahead and count those bars and we'd find there 22. What we need to do at this point is work out what the pattern is and how we get from one number to the next. So from 8 to 15, I've gone up 7. And from 15 to 22, I've also gone up 7. I can see by looking at the pattern, the next time I'm just going to add on another 7, and so on and so on. This is a linear pattern, so it's the same thing every time. I can use this information to fill out number 4. So if it's going up in 7s every time, I've got to 22. The fourth one's going to be 22 plus 7, which is 29. Now, I also want to know how many for 12, but I don't want to have to count up in lots of 7s every time. So what I want to do is I want to find the formula for calculating the number of bars before I work out number 12. And the way I do it is this. I say the number of bars is going to be equal to 7 times the number of sections. So what I've done here is I've said the number of bars, B, is going to be 7 times the number of sections. I've just used the number that we've had for our pattern. Now I know this is not going to be absolutely right and there's going to be some sort of correction factor. That's what I'm going to calculate now. 7 times the number of sections. And that's because I'm adding on 7 every time. Okay, so I've got 1 7 here, 2 7s, 3 7s and so on. But there's also 1 times 7 would give me 7. I'd need to add 1 to get to 8. 2 times 7 would give me 14. I'd need to add 1 to give me 15. So my formula is going to be the number of bars is equal to 7 times the number of sections plus 1. I'm just going to double check my answer by using the highest number of sections I've currently got. 7 times the number of sections, so 7 times 4 is 28 plus 1 gives me 29. Now I can use this to fill out the missing box. 7 times 12, 84, plus 1 is 85. And finally I'm asked, a fence has been made by joining 176 iron bars. How many sections are in the fence? Now for a question like this, first thing I'm going to do is write my formula. B equals 7s plus 1. I'm going to extract from the question the information I know. It says the fence has been made by joining 176 bars, so that's telling me B is 176. I'm going to substitute that in and then calculate. So if I substitute in, I've got, instead of B, I'm writing 176 equals 7 times S plus 1. And so I'm going to solve this for S. So first thing I'm going to move is the 1. I'm going to subtract 1 from each side. It's going to give me 175 equals 7S. And then to find out what S is, I'm going to divide by 7. Both sides, so 175 divided by 7. And that is 25. So there were 25 sections I'd use 176 bars.